The ultra-conservative state of Oklahoma is essentially on the verge of collapse. This is an article from boingboing.net. Great name for a website, by the way. Essentially, what happened is, in 1992, Oklahoma passed a ballot initiative that said that if they wanted to raise taxes, they would need a 3/4 majority in the state assembly. Because of this, all tax cuts essentially became permanent. Because 3/4 of people can't agree on anything. And here's what happened. Quote, teachers haven't gotten a raise in 10 years, and the only way they can afford to accept the pay, third worst in the nation, is by negotiating for a 4-day school week in 90 districts, freeing teachers up to take jobs at Walmart on Monday to make ends meet. So it sounds fun over there. Yeah, essentially, Michigan is going broke, or not Michigan, Oklahoma is going broke right now. You know? It's essentially had so little tax revenue because there's supposed to be this idea in economics of the Laffer curve. Well, the idea is essentially this proves it's not true. Because if that were the case, Oklahoma would be a wealthy state. It's extremely poor. It's on the verge of collapse. And now teachers are fleeing and going to Dallas, and Dallas is actively recruiting Oklahoma teachers. Here's some more news. Their health plan was replaced with a private system. Of course it was. That eats up more than $1,000 a month for a family of 3. One teacher's aide was actually paying to work her job, spending $200 a month more on health insurance than she paid in her salary. So essentially, that's indentured servitude. You know what this reminds me of? Back a long time ago, I think around the 1800s, factory workers used to be paid with, they were called shits. And they were tokens that you could spend at the store's gift shop, essentially. And you were always indebted to the store that way. This is essentially indentured servitude. Teachers make ends meet with public housing vouchers and food stamps, and school food bank drives sometimes give their leftovers to hungry teachers and their families. So essentially, if you're a teacher and you're working in Oklahoma, if you're trying to educate people in Oklahoma, oh man, you're screwed. The state is screwing you. And Republicans probably think they should make even less. Oklahoma is on the verge of collapse due to Republican policies. Due to this, you cut taxes ideology. But it gets worse. It's not just teachers. The Highway Patrol have been given orders not to completely fill their gas tanks at the pump to help with state cash flow. Drunk drivers go free because there is no one available to process their tickets, and the prison system is on the verge of collapse. So everything about Oklahoma is essentially atrocious right now, all because of these tax cut policies that Republicans want to implement everywhere. Now, I want you, next time they try and do that in your state, to say, I don't want it to end up like Oklahoma. That's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.